Sir Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is More Than Just a Podcast.
Podcast.
It is season 13. It is episode 12. And that little timid voiced, little squeaky voice is the founder of this podcast. It's George Bucci.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
It's going off at his house. So how long he'll stay, we'll see.
I'm here. Might not do question time if there's one, but I'll be here for the main event.
Time. Back also is his father, Johnny B. Where are you? What are you doing?
At home, talking to yous, doing a podcast.
Sorry, Georgie, I should have asked you, where are you? What are you doing?
Same as John, funnily enough, but at my house, doing a podcast with you guys.
Last but not least, Canning Town Len. What are you? Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm at home doing the pod with you.
Excellent. Right, you're all at home doing podcasts with me. No, Nigel. Although, look, I've sent him the link. He could join on from his phone on his break while doing his 36-hour day. From Plymouth. It's last week in Plymouth, I think. Who knows? He might be back next week. I'm not here. I'm in Turkey next week. So whether there'll be a podcast, we shall see. Probably not. Manage your expectations.
I'd love to go to the Middle
International
East.
break, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to be going to the Middle East in this current climate. I'd love it.
Is Turkey in the Middle East?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much in it.
Mm.
Well, it's sort of Arab state, isn't it?
Eastern Europe, maybe?
But it is an Arab state, is it not?
A little bit. Anyway, it's not a geopolitical podcast. It's a football podcast. So we won't talk about any geopolitical. No Russia, no Ukraine. It's a Ukraine and Russia free tonight. It's a Palestinian and Israel free place tonight. So let's talk about football.
Football.
I'm trying to remember. Have we had the one game? Two.
Europe on Thursday, we won.
Oh, we did.
That's my
we?
memory.
Yeah.
And yesterday,
we drew. You were there. Yeah. All right. Well, let's start with. What's his name? George, the founder.
Don't start with me. Don't start with me.
Go on, because we don't know when you're going to go.
Start elsewhere with
right, John,
the European game, definitely.
Yeah, because you did watch it.
John,
did you watch the European game, mate?
No.
Oh.
No, I did.
Okay.
I did.
What a podcast.
I did.
What
Look,
panel of podcasts as we are.
It was a comedy moment. Come on, get with the programme. We joke. We're japers.
Well, I turned. I don't know if you remember on the group, I was settled in to watch it.
Of course. You watched the
and
second half, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, this is common. It's down to me that I've just tuned in and it's all going tits up.
You missed the first half when we actually did something.
Yeah, well, apparently we were quite good. So maybe one of you two should talk about it in full and I can jump in with the second half in views.
So, all right. Freiburg, come on, don't let us down.
Freiburg.
Yeah.
Don't let us down, Len.
You can
talk about it. It's the hardest game in the group, mate.
Yeah, apparently it was, yeah.
Did you watch it? Oh,
I did,
live,
yeah.
In full, didn't sleep.
Yeah, it was an earlier kickoff, wasn't it?
It was an early 5:45.
So I could stay awake for it.
Oh,
That's
good.
why I missed half of it. Kicks off football at half. Was it half-5 kickoff or something?
It was 5:45 kickoff.
Crazy.
Take us through it. We started well, didn't we?
I thought we played well throughout. Can't actually remember what actually happened. But
we won. We won 2-1.
Is
it coming back to you?
I remember.
They scored first.
I'll tell you what I do remember. I remember I was quite anxious. Not anxious.
Oh, no, sorry. We scored after 8 minutes.
Right. Do you want me to talk about it or not?
Go on. You
Make your fucking mind up.
Yeah, I do want you to
just
talk
come
about
back
it.
to me.
Go on.
Right. What I do remember was that we were curious of how we were going to play without Antonio.
Yeah.
We got our answer and we were quite pleased. Really good. The team, the midfield almost seemed to rotate and share responsibilities. And it was fucking great. What was the score?
2-1.
2-1.
Well, if you remember, Paquetá, we got off to a great start after being a bit nervous. 8 minutes, Paquetá, Bowen assist, wallop, 1-0 up.
Voted goal of the round, wasn't it?
Yeah. And do you know what? We dominated for that first half and really didn't have a lot to show for it except for that one goal. We didn't take our chances as usual. And of course, what happened? Second half, they came out, 49 minutes, wallop. They score.
Wallop.
And then it was down to who? Who scored the winner?
Good.
Agur. With
That's right.
who was the assist, Len?
It was from a corner, so
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming it was JWP.
It was JWP. Well done on 66 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, we set a new England record: 17 games unbeaten in Europe. You'll never sing
That's
that.
it,
You'll
yeah,
never
I
sing
remember.
that.
That is a stat, isn't it?
It is a stat.
That's an amazing
Yeah,
stat.
but you know all the top six go, yeah, but it doesn't really count because a lot of them were in the Conference League. Fuck off.
We had to win them.
Yeah, I know.
You can only beat what's in front of you.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Or draw against what's in front of you.
Yeah. So we've got to have a stat attack.
Stat
Of course we do.
Believe it or not, we didn't have the majority of possession. They had Freiburg had 55%, which meant we had 45.
That's a pretty good percent away from home.
Now this is a really interesting one. They had 11 shots, 5 on target. We had 11 shots, 5 on target. We had 4 corners to their 3. They fouled us 8 times to our 6. So stats say it was quite an even match. And, you know, they're doing all right in Bundesliga. I don't watch Bundesliga. Maybe we're turned
What about
to
the
George.
Bundesliga?
The Bundesliga as well. I don't watch that either.
Oh.
Do you watch the Bundesliga, George?
No,
do
I
you
don't.
know them? But they've been doing pretty well.
I do know of Freiburg and I do know of the Bundesliga, yeah, but I don't watch it actively,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
But
So this
What a
is where we
podcast.
need Nigel, isn't it?
yeah.
What a podcast.
What a
You like-
podcast.
That's a German football.
All I can say is we had first half dominance, and we were probably, even though the stats say it was a bit of an even game, I think we definitely deserved.
Oh,
the
we
win.
starting to get a habit of coming out shit in the second half. Do you think?
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
I mean, talking of that, I mean, Brighton
You can
drew
see.
again. I know they were against Marseille. Rangers lost. You know, it's not that. Olympiacos drew against. What are they called? Bakatopola? No, what's their other name? TSC.
See.
Yeah. How did Aston Villa do?
Don't know.
It's not an
I
Aston
think
Villa
it was a draw,
podcast, is
wasn't
it?
I know, but I'm just wondering how they got on in.
I think it was a draw.
Yeah, so
Oh, sorry. No, I'm talking about the Premier League.
no, I was
No, they
talking
won.
about. Oh, they won.
They got
That's
a late
shame.
winner.
Oh, that's a shame. But
Why is it a
anyway,
shame?
we're top of Group A. Another
Aye.
500, another 555 win bonus. Another coefficient point. We're champions of Europe. We know what we are. Did you sing that
No,
on?
we're champions in Europe.
Yeah, but that's not what they sing. They sing we're champions of Europe. You know what you are. Did you sing that on Sunday, John?
I sung in. If I'm joining in that
All
chant, I'm an in man.
Yeah, well, you're also singing Take a Chance on Me and Dancing Queen, but more of that later. ABBA. Anything else we want to say, apart from us being dominant in Europe, is there anything we want to say about our... And, we had no fans there as well. Who needs fans, eh?
Of course, no.
I
So,
think a few got in though.
oh, they were.
Yeah.
Our friend John was there, wasn't he? I know a few other
Didn't
people
get in.
invited. Did he not get in?
He told me he didn't get in, but you know,
All right.
it's like,
Well,
don't want to ruin his relationship with Brady, does he?
oh, he just
Brady
went there
out.
for the
Brady out.
experience. Well, we know
Brady
that
out.
we know that Dodsey didn't go because he sent us a picture from his armchair. Can't believe fickle fan not travelling out there.
It was good result. Quite
Good result.
good performance, really. You know, and apart from that little spell, they weathered the storm and came out and looked a better team, I thought.
John, could you name? There's just a little bit of trivia here. Could you name the lineup without looking?
Could I name the
The
lineup?
West Ham lineup. Yeah. Who?
Could you name the lineup without looking?
Yeah.
All right, Fabianski.
Yeah. Tick.
Tick. That's about it. Paquetá, he started.
He did. Tick. 2.
Was central to. Kira started, didn't he?
3. Tick.
Did Agurd? He started, didn't he?
Agur did, because he scored a goal.
He did.
4. Tick.
I'm not sure Soufal was there, but I'm going to say Soufal. Who played on the?
Oh, Soufal. No, sorry, I thought you said Soucek. Soufal. 5. Tick.
There you go. This is quite boring, Sean.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
What a game.
really is.
Because you've run
I'm
out.
well
You
glad
don't
I
know the
joined.
rest. You can't really.
No, it's
help him.
really.
Well,
Help him.
James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah. 6.
Tick.
Yeah. Bowen weren't there, was
Owen,
he?
yeah.
Yeah,
You got
Bowen
3
played,
more.
yeah.
3 more. Tick. Now it gets difficult.
Yeah. Don't know who was up
4
front.
nows.
4 nows. Yeah. 2 left.
Caduce.
1 left.
Alvarez.
Alvarez. Tick. There you
Boom.
go. Well
Didn't even
done,
watch
that.
Peaches.
11
Well
ticks.
done
Well
for passing.
Well
Didn't
done.
even see it.
2
Didn't even see it.
boring minutes.
Yeah, no, podcast gold. Anyway, let's move on to the Premier League. We're 7th place. At one live table, we were 5th. John, Len, and myself, and Nigel actually met before the game. John, do you want to say where we met? Where did we meet? Because there's no supporters club at the moment.
We met at the container bar thing, but opposite the ABBA event.
Yeah, let's call it the Amber Bar, shall we?
Okay, is that what it's called?
Oh no,
I don't know if it's got a name.
No, it has got a name.
It's just containers, isn't it? Just
No,
all-
it's called. It's called.
The Z's, isn't it?
It's called
Snooze.
Snooze Box. That's what it's called. Weird. The Snooze Box, John.
Yeah.
It was all right in there. Get served. Got a bit of ABBA. There's glitter.
Oh,
had
you
a
got
bit of
served,
glitter.
right? We're the only ones in there.
Give me
Well,
2 minutes.
Snooze.
Gents, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snooze Box Hotel is what it comes up as.
It was. We weren't the only ones in there when we got in there.
Yeah, you missed it.
By the time you got
No,
in
I
there,
see them all coming out.
the event
Yeah.
had started.
They were doing the whole ABBA and rolling
Yeah.
their hands backwards and forwards. You missed it. You know, we had a great big medley just before you came.
But as soon as
What a
that
shame.
all went flat, didn't it? It was
Yeah.
quite nice actually when it all went.
Sean was going, we're not West Ham anymore, which was quite amusing.
Yeah.
And I nicked his line, didn't I? Winner
You
takes
always
it all.
do. You're a plagiarist, aren't you?
I know.
Basically, that's how
Yeah.
you've made your career.
So we had a few beers in there. And Nigel, someone was asking me.
Nigel,
Nigel here now, is
No,
he?
no, Nigel. Sorry, Len. Someone
Yeah.
was asking me. You pointed out a goalkeeper who played for England. I was trying to tell the Murphs afterwards.
Dano.
Who is it?
Dano.
You don't know who it
Dave
was?
Danson.
Dave
No,
Danson.
Dano. Dave Danson.
Okay. And what's his connection to West Ham?
He used to play for West Ham. He was
Goalkeeper.
West Ham's keeper for 4 years. But third keeper, really.
All right.
So he played in the youth team, but he also, as a 15-year-old, he played for England with Ray Wilkins, a few others. And
He's on Twitter. I didn't know that.
I'm having a drink with him first.
He's ex-footballer. Yeah, I'm going to follow him. David Danson, 1957. He's on Twitter. He says, ex-footballer, West Ham season ticket holder, follower of the Wasps and England netball. I thought he was there to see ABBA, but I must have been wrong. He was there
No.
to see West Ham all along.
Yeah, he stands near you.
Does he?
Apparently, according to Nigel,
Okay, all right. Nice guy.
he is.
Not got ginger hair anymore.
No, he ain't.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about ABBA or the...
You gonna put a question on the?
Oh, yeah, I will. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the Premier League game?
Let's talk
yesterday,
about the
is it?
Premier League game. I don't know if George is back yet. Is he back? No.
Well, you can catch up.
Let's start with you, Len.
All right.
Did you? First question is, did you make kickoff? Because when we
Yeah.
left you,
No, we did.
oh, did you?
Yeah, we got there earlier than we thought. So you must have got there really early. Yeah,
Well, John has a long walk up.
yeah. Well, So did we. We had long cut, but no, we got him for kick off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did they only
Said
play
they were
Bubbles
those.
once?
You didn't what? Hear Bubbles once?
They only played Bubbles once. They didn't play it when it
Good.
kicked off.
Good.
All right. Okay. Well, let's start with
why
you
they
then.
play us twice.
Were you apprehensive before the game?
I was confident.
Were you?
I thought it was the best possible time to play them.
Right.
Thus, I'm slightly disappointed with the result more than others.
Okay.
No, I should be quite happy. But I'm watching West Ham with a supreme confidence now. I think we're a good team.
Okay.
So, go and ask away.
Well,
It's
all
all
right.
fresh in my head, unlike most
all right.
stuff.
Well, obviously, a bit like the last game we scored. We scored early on 8 minutes. Your mate, Thomas Souček.
Yeah.
Great
Can't
start.
let it go, can he?
And we sort of... A bit like, again, the game we've just discussed we dominated the first half, but we didn't take our chances. So 1-0 up, and they didn't seem to really do very much in the first half. What did you see?
You mean Newcastle didn't seem to do
No,
much?
they didn't seem to do much.
This is it. There were... How do you know, off the back of what happened to them Wednesday, how do you come down to that shithole and turn it on?
Yeah.
You know, after that, where do you want to go least? Oh, let's go at London Stadium on a Sunday. Yeah, it's,
2
I thought
o'clock.
it was a great time. Yeah. I thought it was a great time to play them. And of course, we're coming back after being away, fresh off it Thursday night.
Well, you say fresh, but they had 1 day more rest than us.
Yeah, who cares? Blimey.
Well, I care.
All right, then you care then. But, they're professional footballers. They get home Friday. They're not playing till Sunday. Sometimes you can overthink things. And it's difficult to sort of be unprepared in a more side that don't change. Everyone knows what they're doing. I thought we started well. Like as you say, could have got another, converted another chance before half time, I thought.
Yeah.
But, we're doing well.
Well, because there's 4 of us, I'm going to save the
Yeah.
second half, if you don't mind, to the Booches.
Go for it. Cause
George, second half. We're good
Hello.
first half. Hello, welcome back. We missed you. Talk about the second half. What happened? Game of 2 halves and all that.
Yeah, well, it was very much so.
Oh, first of all, did you watch the game?
I did watch it.
Oh,
This is one I can confidently talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all over us for the majority of that second half, weren't they? Let's be honest. And I think, given the game of 2 halves and the way the game panned out, it probably was a fair result overall.
Oof.
I do.
Really? Even with the 12th man playing...
Don't care about fairness.
Peter Banks playing for Newcastle, 12th man.
Yeah, but equally, they could have had a couple.
Oh, hang on! Oh, wall there, wall cowboy,
all that kind of stuff that happened.
Let's sure you watched it.
The refereeing was shocking. That's not.
Well, let's start with. I mean, we'll go through all of his refereeing mistakes. Let's just talk about the equaliser, where we sat. I can't talk for John, but I think he said the same on the way home. On Twitter, on WhatsApp.
It wasn't a foul. No.
It didn't look like it was a free kick. It wasn't a foul to get the free kick, which led to the goal.
Agreed.
So he fucked that one up.
Well, there was a few. I thought you wanted to go for all of them, but yeah.
Well, all right, yeah. Well, all right. So Bruno should have been sent off for a second yellow.
He should have, yeah. I mean, that
even the
was...
Newcastle fan I talked to and Talk Sport agreed that last.
Well, that was shocking. The only thing I can put it down to is they happened
Emerson
so close
got
together.
a yellow card for asking for a yellow card, but when it happened to who was it? Almiron.
Yeah.
He didn't give it in. Consistency. Peter
Agreed.
Banks, tosser, Geordie tosser.
Did you see the push on the gird for their goal as well in the box?
Push on the goal.
Back.
The lino got Antonio wasn't offside and he was flagged offside. Who put the back in their elbow in the back of Paquetá?
Oh, that's Share.
Sebastian
Yeah.
Schär.
And there was another one. Lascelles should have got.
Lascelles.
Yeah, what's his name?
He's a good player.
Lascelles should have got a yellow card for another foul. You just think. I think there were 7 different incidents. And you're thinking,
There were.
and it went in Newcastle's favour.
And I mean, even their goal from an offside point of view, is so debatable. The first ball in, he was offside. Not,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
know the
get
rules
that.
anymore, to be honest.
I didn't get
No.
I
that.
watch it and go, I thought that was offside.
Yeah.
Then the ball bounces off of Alvarez's head. Now, I think it was last week, was at Everton and Arsenal. That same thing happened, but they said it was a involuntary touch on the head, therefore it was offside. But then all of a sudden that one wasn't offside because they're clearly
Well-
interpreting that as a voluntary hit on his head. So what, Alvarez is now trying to head it to Isak in the 6-yard box? I mean, what is
Well,
that rule? That rule is an
Didn't you
absolute joke.
say? And I thought the first one wasn't offside, and the second one was offside from where I was standing. But
No,
they checked
they
the
were
first one and okayed it. The second one, they didn't even do a
He w-
check.
No, in terms of that phase of play for their goal. So he was offside for the free kick when
Yeah.
the ball was played of a free kick, but the ball wasn't played to him. It came off his Alvarez's head.
Are you talking about
him.
the
Equaliser, the first one.
the first one? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he was offside when the ball was played forward,
Yeah.
and then he was offside when Alvarez headed it to him. But what I'm saying is, last week in another game, that same thing happened. That was given offside. Was given offside because it was an involuntary touch on the head.
Right.
This time it's different.
Okay. Second. How about
It's
the
just
second goal?
inconsistency again.
5 minutes later, Isaac again in my dream team.
Yeah, I took him out of mine.
Well, he missed the hat trick, of course, but I didn't
did.
mind that. So 5 minutes later, they score again. I thought that was offside. I was so convinced that was going to be
It wasn't.
offside, and I was in line with it. Well, I thought I was in line with it. But,
Yeah, Trippier wasn't offside,
right.
and it was a good goal. But yeah, equally he did put his hand in Agurd's back, and if Agurd had gone down,
Yeah.
probably would have been given a foul. But at the same time, Agurd had his hand up for offside, so just concentrate.
Yeah, I mean, what's
Play
that
to the
about?
whistle,
A
man.
girl,
Play to the
yeah, a
whistle.
girl putting his hand up as well.
Schoolboy.
Schoolboy era. And of course, it wasn't long after that he was right in front of goal for his hat trick, wasn't it? A bit further on, maybe 80 minutes or something. And he's in front of goal and completely misses the target.
Yeah, well, it's maybe a little bit unfair. He broke from one goal, took it around the keeper. The angle was very tight. He probably should have scored. It's not, but he didn't. It was fine.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean. I think it was a fair result overall.
Yeah,
Looking
I
at
didn't
both
feel
halves.
it. I would have taken
No, I didn't feel
a
it.
draw before. It felt like a bit of a. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. And we're about to move on to John. When we get to when you score in the 89th minute and you think you're going to lose it, it feels more like a loss for the other side. So let's bring it back to you, John. You've got the last 10 minutes segment.
How about
Mohamed Kudus. Kudus. That's
I
it.
don't know how you say it. Does anyone
No, it
actually
is
know how you
Kudus.
say
I
it?
Gotta
think
be
it is
Kudus,
Kudus.
isn't it?
It's Kudus.
Someone said it was Kadoosh.
Yeah, I have heard people say that as well.
Sure, we'll find out when it's the African Cup of Nations. And Kadoosh is going off
When
on
is
the
that?
stretcher
When is that? Early next year, isn't
after
it?
being tackled by Alvarez. Oh no, that's this weekend, isn't it? You know Mexico are playing Ghana, don't you, this weekend? So he'll be up against his
Ooh.
teammate.
Oh.
Nice.
I hope he's friendly.
So, yeah, John, take us through the last 10 minutes. I mean, they outplayed us in the second half, but then we just had that last push. First we scored, then we had 6 minutes of...
Well, yeah, after waiting for however long for the old Moisaurus to make a substitution,
Yeah, why did he wait so long?
it's just so painful. And I actually, what he did was what I was saying I would like to see. So I was quite pleased that he brought them on, took Antonio off, who was, having one of his ineffectual moments again. Yeah, Kudus really looks quality, doesn't he? He
What did he
affects
come
the
on?
game.
70... Oh, I'm just going to look for it for you. What do you reckon, John?
About 76.
Yeah, 76. You're spot on for Suchek. Yeah, with Ben Rama coming on 75 for Antonio. Yeah,
But I personally I would have made the change a little bit earlier than that. But there you go.
they seem to be warmed up for at least 10 minutes. We're just conceding corner after corner and free kick after free kick, and he's just going, no, hold on. He didn't want to make the change before while we're defending.
But no, I mean he affected the game. He was all
He
over the
looks good,
place.
doesn't he?
He was receiving the ball with his back
Yeah,
with the players and controlling it. He was playing people in. He looks
he looks special.
very good player.
Let me give you a little bit of a stat attack, and then I want to talk to you about after the goal. We had at home 35% possession of the ball, giving Newcastle at the London Stadium 65%. They had 10 shots free on target. We had 5 shots free on target. We had 4 corners by the excellent James Ward-Prowse. They had 2 corners. They committed dirty Geordies, 18 fouls to our 11. Was a bit of a dirty game.
They were going down like fucking kids as well, I must say.
Sorry?
They're all going down like fucking rolling about like babies as well, all of them.
Well,
Yeah.
Not just the
Paquetá
Geordies.
loves that, doesn't
He does,
did
doesn't he?
as well.
He did, you know, at one point he died down and I think Moyes told him to get up.
Have you seen the picture of Moyes and Tonali?
No.
I'll send it in the groups.
All right.
It's very funny. He's doing a Sam Allardyce type reaction to Chico Flores. Remember that one?
I didn't mention Souček with a goal originally. Emerson with the assist. Kudos with the goal, obviously. Someone I just put in my dream team. Soufal with the assist. Soufal's got a hell of a lot of assists this season.
Yeah, well,
he's a nice little
the fullbacks are
fancy
getting
league.
forward better.
Yeah.
But that's what happened, wasn't it? In the second half, I think Howe could see that, and he changed it and pushed them back a bit, and we weren't so effective. Basically,
Do you know what? It's interesting that you said that, because like, what happens at half time that they come out like they do, and it's almost like it must say to them like, keep your shape, and maybe they interpret it as just be a bit more rigid and deeper. But when I looked at it again today, we actually started that second half quite well. We had a good chance that we missed. We had a corner that we could have converted. But like there's something going on there, and I think John might have nailed it there. Because maybe we weren't getting forward from.
I think he saw that as a tactical like necessary change at half time, and he got his like fullbacks to push onto ours and took out their effectiveness, because we were very effective. I mean, Emerson and Paquetá, their link up play now is becoming a mainstay, isn't it? You know, I mean, they are doing really well together. And that first goal was a really good goal.
Yeah.
How excited did you all get when James Ward-Prowse was stood over that free kick?
Oh yeah, I was very excited. I thought, here we go. He's gonna.
What a letdown that was.
I thought, here we go. He's gonna.
Was it miles over?
It wasn't miles. I videoed it. It wasn't miles over because I looked at it afterwards. It was about a foot or two over.
Probably too far over for how far out he was.
But yeah, I thought, with a lot of us watching Beckham on Netflix, I thought, is he gonna equal Beckham's record? The answer was no, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Spoiler.
Talking about Beckham documentary, have you seen the Steve Lomas tackle on him that's going around?
No.
He's absolutely crunches.
Oh,
into
find
him,
that too. Send it to us.
Flipping over,
Yeah.
head over, and smashes his head on the ground.
So, John, talk us through the last few minutes. Obviously, Bowen nearly got in, didn't he, after we scored? We were going to get the winner, and
he got
saved by Nick Pope.
Yeah, he seemed to, when they made the change and brought Kudus on and Benrahma, he seemed to liven up as well. He pulled the ball across the goal. Keeper got his hand to it. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely enjoyed it. It was a good game of football.
We had the momentum in the end. They tried to slow it down. They got a yellow card for their efforts, but they knew the momentum had changed really.
Yeah, I thought it was
But good. We
it was a
could.
good
I
game.
mean, it would have been even better if we'd have got that and just won in the last, injury time, because that would have really stuffed them up. But
I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes, but it did feel like the referee was having an absolute shocker, and there was. And
he was getting lots of grief when he in the ground.
Yeah, he was.
You join in any of the sing-songs, John, in your high lofty area?
There does a bit of singing goes on in my lofty area.
Nice.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Though I did find it amusing, the Newcastle fans singing "You've sold your soul for this shithole" when they've sold their whole club to.
Yeah, we were singing
Saudi.
When they were losing, we were singing. You spent a fortune and you ended up with fuck all or something. I can't remember. It was a bit more catchy than that.
Oh.
but-
It sounds pretty catchy.
yeah, it was really catchy. But
all the human rights discussions about their ownership, and they're saying that what we've done is terrible because we've sold our soul for a shithole. Well,
Yeah.
hold on a minute. Have a look at yourselves, lads.
yeah, too right.
Too right.
Yeah, 7th place. And next, we're international break now. We are obviously not back till I think the 22nd. I'll be back by then. Aston Villa away, who are doing quite well. And Bowen has arrived. Can't believe he's arrived at the England camp without a West Ham carrier bag. Did he not get the memo, John?
That's for the special.
I'll tell you what I couldn't believe. I saw a picture of Tim Steidten and he wasn't on a private jet.
I know, right? So
Didn't
anyway,
even need a private jet to get Bowen to sign.
oh look, we've got. I tell you, we've
I heard
got.
a bit of background noise.
Yeah, here we go. We got Nigel in his break. Sounds like he's driving.
I'm driving.
Why are you driving? You're supposed to be working, mate.
Yeah, because I had to go somewhere to pick equipment up. So I've had to do a
Oh, it's gone. That was...
mile detour.
No, sorry, I was just upping your volume. That was my fault, actually. By
Well,
So
you just muted him. That's nice.
you're going to get.
Yeah, 100-mile detour.
You said you're going to get some takeaway food, did you?
No, some materials.
All right.
So I've not got to Plymouth yet.
True or false? You paid £14 for pie and mash, and
That's
then
true.
advertised
I've
it on
witnessed that.
Footy's
Yeah, true. Yeah.
True.
That's got a
£14.
bit mad, isn't it? Hold up. Yeah. What people didn't. There was 2 pies there.
I saw there was 2 pies there.
So if you think normal pie mash is like £9 in a proper pie mash shop.
What, for 2 and 2? Now,
Yeah. You pay
Jesus.
£9 for 2 and 2.
Oh,
yeah, it's
really?
gone up. £8.59. If you take in consideration that you can eat a pile of crap in there for a tenner and they call it a burger, then I think £14 for double pie, double mash from a proper pie mash shop. They've got my custom.
Yeah. And then you took an arty photo with like your portrait mode, and then sold it to Footy's. Oh, I never know now.
there you go.
What? Oh, I'm still here.
How much do you get from Footy's for
You and me.
having 500,000 people look at your 2 pies?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I don't sell it.
Oh, you didn't sell it. Okay.
How did they get it?
I tweeted it out and tagged them in it.
Of course he
I didn't
did.
see the tweet. I miss so much sitting next to you, Nigel. I really do. Is he gone?
He's gone quiet again. I think sometimes he
What I like
forgets.
about you and Nigel, Sean, is that you save your A game for our podcast. It's not like you go on other people's stuff, say what you want to say absolutely fucking perfectly, and you come on here and it's a fucking shambles.
I know, right?
He's in a car, you don't get anyone's name right.
I know
There's
that.
me, I don't
but
fucking
there's
remember
only,
the games.
There's only 8
George
listeners.
barely turns up.
Yeah.
And one of keeping it together is John.
It's all part of the magic, though. It's all part of the magic.
And
Hey,
they
back.
took it and did what they did, and then
yeah, absolutely, Nigel. Yeah,
So we thought
absolutely.
Nigel.
Agree
Yeah.
with every word of that, mate. Yeah,
And the liquor.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're having a few connection problems with you, Nigel. If I'm absolutely
I'm
honest.
back.
There he is.
Where are you driving at the moment?
I'm sort of. I think I'm on the A35. Just come into Devon,
Oh,
so I had to go to Weymouth first. So it's a 100-mile detour to Plymouth.
what materials you picked up?
Box of locks.
Oh, that old chestnut.
So I was short of locks.
What do you
So,
want to say about the game yesterday, or the European game?
Well, two half decent results. Superb in Europe. Good performance against
First half on
Freiburg,
both,
who are an
though?
half decent. Yeah, I thought it was a superb performance again in Europe. I mean, there is the 15-minute window of the second half between 45 and 60 minutes, where I don't know if we fall asleep or whether the other team up their performances. I prefer to look at it, the other team up their performance.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like quite happy with the way we're playing, with the way it's going, and the season in general. I like the fact that he plays Kudus in Europe and in the cup games more. You know,
Well,
'cause I want to win a cup.
he came on and saved the,
Yeah, but that's
the
it.
point.
He's got to come on in those games. Give him half hour.
Yeah.
You know, and he would have come on for longer if Moyes had. I don't know.
Well, he was waiting.
They
We were
stood there for
defending.
10 minutes.
We were defending, kept on defending corners
Yeah,
and
I know. And
set pieces, and he didn't. He doesn't like to change before that.
Well, that's an unwritten rule, and it should never change at a corner.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all is good in the West Ham world at the moment.
Well, you
Along
say
that-
that, not all is West Ham, because Nick from Clan Booze has retired from Twitter. Were you on his program last night?
I was with him last night. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Did he
His-
talk to you?
his
Is it one of
second
these?
birthday.
Was it Is it a real retirement or just a pretend retirement?
No, I think no. Look, he's become a bit Marmite, bit like usual, you know. And there's some disgraceful things that have been said, you know, like even almost one bloke sort of diagnosed Nick as being riddled with cancer, and you know, I think a lot of people would struggle to deal with that level of abuse.
I don't know. I get that most weekdays on Twitter, if I'm honest
No,
with you.
I know, and certain, you know, it don't
Most
bother-
normal
look,
people though would struggle with
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I think I would struggle when reading what the abuse Nick gets.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I would want to hang about. To be fair, I think there's some real
There is some nasty
weird,
people on
sick,
Twitter,
nasty
yeah.
people. You know, have a go at what the person says, but to personally attack the people and the way they do it. And you know, I get. You know, Nick can be a bit of a diversive figure. He says things perhaps that I wouldn't, in a way that I would definitely not say, because I have done it, and blimey, it's like you open yourself up to attack. So I've learned to temper what I say. In
Yeah.
A way.
Cool.
If
And
you, then I just fucking give you abuse.
yeah, I know. Anything else you want to say on the matches?
No, we had a good day Sunday though, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
In the ABBA bar. Did you enjoy the ABBA bar?
That was very nice.
Did you tell Sam about the ABBA bar?
Well, she was away, so I've not seen her.
Okay.
So I won't see her till probably next Monday now.
Okay. Are you back from Plymouth next Monday?
Don't matter, does it?
It looks to be, yeah, I should finish down there. This should be my last week, so I should finish
Okay.
on Sunday.
All right. Well, you need to run the podcast next week because I'm away.
It's
Alright,
international break.
Well, he still likes to record, you know.
No, we'll still do something.
Anyway, we're going to mute you just for a little while so we don't listen to your drone.
Oh, so it's all right to listen to your plates and your eating.
Yeah, I know that.
Your
But what I-
sangria and everything else.
Yeah, but I was wrong in that case, and that's why it was the
Oh.
word podcast.
What?
I was wrong.
Sean's wrong.
Just put your hand up.
Wrong a
right?
lot.
Just put your
There's
hand
no
up.
point in
on,
denying
like,
it.
Just put a message on.
Well, why don't I mute myself and I'll jump in
Oh yeah,
when I
why
wanna
don't you
talk?
do that? Why don't you do that? Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, silence.
There you go.
Let's talk quickly a bit of news. So obviously the big news is Boeing. But
Just testing it works, yeah?
yeah, of course it is. Boeing signed a 6.5-year contract.
Oh, that's why you skipped over my private jet bit.
So we
Release clause?
no release clause.
Release clause?
No release clause. So no release clause. There was going to be a £40 million release clause, but David Sullivan took it upon himself to have a private meeting last Tuesday with Boeing at his mansion agreed the principles. It's been taking months, 18 months to get to this point. I don't know how much Tim Steidon or Mark Noble got involved. I know the Athletic said that today. It's not my understanding. I got some grief because I pointed out the Liverpool connections. They are real connections of his agents. But you know what? They try everything they do to get the deal they did. He is now the highest paid player in the squad at £125,000 a week. I know lots of people will go, how about Pakatari earns 150 grand a week? No, he doesn't. What about Danny Ings earns 125 grand a week? No, he doesn't. I've been told he is on his own now at that figure. Of course, there's add-ons and bonuses and everything else. But well done. 6.5-year contract, no release clause. And, he's committed the rest of his career to West Ham. Briefly moving on, maybe a bit of an exclusive got told tonight, not even on the Circle of Trust set. Paquetá has been to see the FA for his first interview. He's due to go back in 2 weeks' time. He completely protests his innocence to the club and everyone else, and he will vigorously defend himself and says he has done nothing wrong. So there you go. That's the Paquetá update. Apart from that, it's a bit of a slow news week, to be honest.
He's a good player, isn't he, Paquetá?
Oh, he's
good.
brilliant.
Wow.
And do you know what? Let's be honest. This whole betting thing helped us out big time. Let's be honest, because he would be a City player by now.
Probably. But listen, we're recruiting so well. Who knows what we could have had?
Do you know what? I mean, Bowen staying is great, and everyone just seems Alvarez is playing well. Souček has found new form. Kudos, we can't fit him in the team to start.
Kudus.
Kudus. What do you think? Now you've started. What do you think about the Bowen signing, Nigel?
The Bolin signing. We signed Bolin, have we?
No, Bowen signing a
Bowen.
new contract, 6.5 years.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. Everybody plays games. Agents play games. Clubs play games. Not a fan of revealing what he earns and everything. So, but hey ho, you are. But yeah, look, if you want to be a better team, we need to keep our better players.
Yeah.
So
Good.
All good.
Anywho, we're going to go to question time unless there's anything else. No one want to promote anything? No.
Sports Club update.
Well, Supporters Club update is they have sent us an email, which you didn't get, that says that they're doing a discount deal. Do you want to know how many people from Supporters Club turned up? I probably shouldn't say this on air, but it doesn't matter.
How many?
8.
Must be one any of our listeners, was it?
I don't know, but eight of the Supporters Club turned up to
There's
David
irony
X's,
for you.
West Ham Way, who took up the offer of £5 off. And I don't think, according to X, because there were transport issues, there weren't that many there at the Colour Factory.
Refusing to fade and die is good to see, though.
And obviously, the Supporters Club have revealed they're talking to a new venue, and they hope to announce something in the new year. So I put this update on Twitter with a picture of UCL Student Bar on it.
I know they're not talking to.
UAL. What'd you say?
I know they're not talking to.
Who are they not talking to?
Their members properly.
Well, I'm sure they'll report that back, Nigel.
Good. I hope they do. At some point, the committee has to take a long, hard look at itself and answer some bloody questions.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
I think we should start a new committee.
Yeah, well, I vote you in chairman, John.
Yeah, we could do with another group.
Yeah, George could be vice chairman.
Yeah,
because he won't turn up.
I'm not sure I can commit to that.
I know, don't worry, because your dad will. Len will be the official illustrator. And we'll put Nigel in front. We'll make him the treasurer. I'll do media relations. How's that?
Yeah, because that'll be successful.
Yeah, that'll be right.
You're very good at building bridges and relationships.
I know that. Yeah, I'm good at...
And lighting.
And lighting, yeah. Did you like the lighting in last night? And
Yeah, it was genius.
I know, but
Very
did you
professional.
see? I was trying to get Len's painting in there, which is in the study, which is where I am now. But the lighting was straight over me. It made me look like, I don't know, not Silence of the Lambs. What's it called? The Phantom of the Opera. That's what it made me look like. Yeah.
Igor,
My
Anyway,
goodness.
anyway, it is time for this. Yeah. Now, it's Facebook, Twitter question time where you, the 8 listeners, get to ask us the questions. I don't know. I asked a question. I don't know if there's any actual
Yeah, there's
questions.
plenty.
Oh, is
There
there?
is plenty. There's 16.
Oh, right. So who's asking them today?
There's more now. Oh, loads
not
of
me.
people.
I'm driving.
I'll ask them.
Okay.
I'll read it out.
Right.
John can be on Brady out duty. Or
Okay.
George, you can all be on Brady out duty. You can
Brady out.
Brady
Brady
out if
out.
you want, Sean.
Yeah.
Sean, if
What?
you're a Brady out, I need to calibrate your Brady out. Sean,
Brady at the Tory conference.
is she now?
She is, yeah.
Well, she
You
should be.
fancy
It's
doing any
finished,
work
isn't it?
this week? No.
So it's well over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it was last week, Sean. She at the Labour Party.
Labour, yeah. It's just like
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. See, so how out of politics I am nowadays.
Yeah.
Go on.
Absolutely. Right, let's
Take your
start.
time. I'm stuck behind a tractor.
By the way,
Alright.
this is what I've said. Ask questions and only questions. So no statements. If it's not a question, don't read it.
Right, okay. Well, Adam Leatherbarrow is asked a question. He says, "Hi lads, what's your thoughts on West Ham being allowed to lease Oakfield playing fields in Redbridge?
Ooh.
Is this the start of another development programme for the club at the expense of grassroots football? I know nothing about this until now, so it would be good to get some sort of understanding." Well, we don't know anything about it. Do you know
I don't
anything
know
about it,
anything
Sean?
about it.
Nice. First I've heard about it.
There's a petition below almost hitting 5,000.
Oh, you've given me an idea. I mean, this could be
Go
a story.
Right. He hasn't, rather than give me a Brady out, he's trying to give us a reason why we should be Brady
Where
in,
is
so I'm
it?
not
Did he
reading
say?
it out. Huh?
It is Oakfield
Oakfield.
playing
Where did you
fields.
say it was?
Oakfield playing fields in Redbridge.
Redbridge, yeah. Well, that's where it's Redbridge Council. Do you know it?
Redbridge is quite a big.
Well, I'll find out.
Oh, no,
Once you
I've got
carry on, let me just look up Redbridge playing.
That's all
It's
right.
just
Why do
along
they
from
need more
Past that
room?
tractor.
just along from Fairlop Underground Station.
Yeah, I was wondering, is it Fairlop Waters? So it's a big load of playing fields
Yeah,
there.
it's opposite. It's
There's
opposite.
a
there.
lot of
there,
land
isn't
there for a big training ground.
Oh,
But why ain't we got? Why
I
do we
used to
need
play
more
football
room? I thought we had a lot of pitches at the new
Perhaps
place.
they want one
Rush
centre.
Green.
Yeah.
I don't think Rush Green's really fit for purpose for a Premier League football club. To be
you
honest.
won't really know it's properly happening until the old porter cabins turn up. Then you know it's a serious proposition.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gave Adam a yellow card and Grant gave him a boo. And
You're
I'm sure
right.
there'll be more disparaging comments along for him shortly. That'll learn him. Right. Anyway,
That's a great story, though. I'm going to run with that. I'm going to ask some questions, Adam. That's a great little shout.
Make sure you give Adam some credit then.
Nah.
All right, there.
anyway, next question is from Canning Town Len,
Oh,
which is me just pushing the paint in really. And is everyone happy that Bowen is staying? And
yes.
there's my painting of Bowen.
Yes.
At the very least, it puts his price up.
Yeah. Well, Sean actually phoned me up and said, "Get rid of your Bowen painting quickly because he's not staying."
I didn't actually say
Well, I think he
Wow.
did say that. Really,
Wow.
Sean. Wasn't
Hang
he?
on a
Just
minute.
Tell him occasionally.
throw me under the bus. What I told you I
Yeah.
told you was true at the time. The agents are insisting a £40 million release clause go in, and unless they retract it, he's going to be sold in the summer is what I told you, and now you've just said sell your paintings. He could be off. It's not so many. It's all about how you position in the message.
Oh, it was sounding very clear to me. I was grateful with the tip
But
off.
do you know what?
Of course, I've still got to buy the painting. I didn't reduce it.
Do you know what? It had a desired effect, because if this was a sort of ploy by the agents to get the deal they wanted, it obviously had the desired effect, because a few days later, you know.
Oh. So it wasn't the old personal touch from Sullivan that sealed it.
Well, no, he said
It was your.
yeah.
You
of course.
putting out the fact that the agents wanted a
I didn't put that
45
out. I
million
just told
pound.
Len. I didn't actually
See,
put
the
that
amount
out.
of people claiming credit, that's unbelievable.
Who?
Nick thinks they signed a contract because the release calls got leaked. And
No,
such the bad negativity over that.
There is only one person to thank for this, and that is our Lord and Saviour, David Sullivan. He'd got the deal over the line.
Your Lord and Saviour. Because let's face it, when he's gone, you're fucking finished. Because you don't get anything right, as you proved fucking the other day when you phoned me up.
Yeah, I know. Who cares? Accuracy is such an overrated thing.
Well, this is why it's good to just wait to see what the club say.
Just ask Jamal Lascelles.
Yeah, Las Ellis. Sassels.
Yeah. Anyway, if you'd all be so kind to go onto my website and buy something, Christmas is coming, and I'll make it worth your while.
Okay.
Anyway, next up, AI Sean. Hey up, gents. Brady out, Sullivan out. It's a good start.
Brady out.
2 questions for you. Was Peter Banks' performance on Sunday the worst refereeing performance seen at the London Stadium? I think you might be right, because,
Yes.
I think it was. Because Nigel won't know this, but I watched it through again today, and to be where I'm sitting in that stadium, in the corner, up in the gods there, which they say is like the worst view of the house, that everything I was looking out for, I got right, and he got wrong. And he's right there seeing it. So, I mean, I don't expect to be better than the professional footballers, so why am I better than the professional ref? Because he was useless.
I can't answer that, except...
Bloke
You know.
Did you
roll
do
him
this?
and let the bloke fall over.
So are you talking to the tractor or us, Nigel?
No, to you, what? I'm talking to the tractor, telling him not to pack a tar. Some of the tractors bothered. The pack a tar rolled the geezer. And
We
the
didn't
geezer
mean
fell
the
on the floor
pack
and
a
the
tar.
guy
You came in mid-sentence. You got to,
Oh,
you know,
right.
you pressed your mute too late, mate.
I thought that
I'm
was
past the
even
tractor.
that was even more strange when I saw it today on TV, because it's almost like he doesn't blow up for the foul. He sees him get away from him, then he blows up, and he's just like almost like he's talking through his earpiece to VAR. It was very strange. I suppose we should leave it.
It was,
in the
well,
past.
I mean, Mark Saggers said last night, refs are under a lot of pressure because of VAR. But, you know, they are paid now professionals. It's not the old
Professionals,
day
yeah.
when they were like, you know, who was it who used to travel, was a policeman, wasn't he? And then used to get his 75 quid for refereeing a game. They are professionals, have professional
Yeah.
training, and they are marked now. And if they're too afraid to make decisions...
They were before VAR, Sean.
Yeah, I know
They
they
were professionals
were.
before VAR.
When,
They
when
were
we
paid
were,
before VAR.
when we were watching before VAR, they were. There was a time when we were younger when they were amateurs and they had normal jobs and they were paid a little bit of pocket money. So what I'm saying is they are professionals and we expect a professional job.
Yeah.
Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, but that foul given against Paquetá was nothing to do with VAR. That was just a shit ref.
Yeah.
I know it was.
Well, he should be voted down. You know, so they.
But it's
They
not
review it.
talked about, is it? There's been no talk of the referee's performance
do you know what?
on anything.
Without making a Liverpool podcast, I like what they did. I think they should review the speech with the refs talking to each other and the VR after every game. It should be available, and also
We should all
the
hear it.
refs talking with their match officials. That transcript or audio should be made available after every game for those who want it. In fact, let's have it live. Let's have a little
Yeah.
bit like referee. Let's have ref watch. We can hear what the referee wants.
That's where it needs to go. But
Yeah.
it's not going to get there. Fortunately, it'll never happen just because of the way the refs get spoken to. It'll never be broadcastable.
Yeah, but that's what happens in rugby, isn't it?
Yeah, but at rugby they call the ref sir, and they're not allowed.
Oh,
to
do
challenge
they?
his
Do they?
decisions.
Oh,
Do they really
yeah.
call him sir? I don't watch.
Yeah, they do.
So
How
it's
embarrassing that rugby got it sorted and we ain't.
it's a long way away from being at that level. Isn't
I
it?
know it's not a rugby podcast, but there's a World Cup going on. How are we doing?
I haven't watched any of it.
Yeah,
No,
we've
me
won it.
neither.
Yeah, all right, we're
Won
qualified
every
We
for
game
have
so
in the
far.
quarter-finals
against Fiji.
where we got to play Fiji.
Well, that sounds
So
easy.
now, while you think that sounds easy, Fiji beat us for the first time 2 weeks before the tournament started.
Okay.
We're not playing that very well, but we did win our group by winning every game.
Right.
If we should beat Fiji though, which would
Yeah. What he
Anyway.
said.
put us in the semi-final, I can't remember who against. I think we'll go out there.
All right. What he said.
South Africa, Ireland should meet in the final, and Ireland should win it.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that.
So AI Sean's next question is: can Sean give us a preview of how he'll wind everyone up during the international break, so we
Well,
can
I
all
won't.
tell him
I'll-
to fuck off now and then enjoy the next?
No, well, I
fortnight?
won't. I'll be in
Show now.
Turkey. So I'm in Turkey. I'm not going to be doing. I'm in Kudadasi. I will not be when anyone. I'll be taking a break from social media while I'm.
Yeah, we'll believe that when we see it.
And what? So you'd be leaving your assistant in charge then, will you?
What, my
Or is he
son?
going to Turkey with you?
No, he's not coming to Turkey with
Yeah.
me. Yeah, no, he's too busy with girls
Oh, right,
now,
sorry.
so he won't be running it.
Yeah, all right.
and beer.
And be,
All right. Well, on behalf of AI Sean, I'd like to say now, fuck off, Sean.
There you go.
yeah. Thanks. Beep. Thanks.
Right. Next question. Paul Nolan, the chauffeur here. Beep beep. I have missed 3 games already this season, the most in 30 years. So question is, what is the most amount of games you have missed in a season? Is this the shortest question statement from me? It is.
38.
I'm very happy with that, Paul. Well done.
Yeah, 38. Yeah. All the last
I don't
season. I
know
think.
the answer.
What was the question?
What's the most games you've missed a season?
What, home games or like in total?
It just says the most games you've missed.
All right. Well, if we look at COVID season, all of
Yeah,
them.
it's right there. We all missed it. Anyway,
Yeah.
no
Right,
answer.
next question.
Next question. Everyone's favourite scarecrow, Richard Dodds. Dodsy, evening all. Trust you are all well in your world. He usually says hello, my handsome, as you's doing. Anyway, do you think the London Stadium is now starting to feel like home now? We are winning games and we are champions in Europe. Sean, do you want to answer that one?
Oh,
Anyone?
did you hear what David Moyes said? I sent you the video. He was saying, this is a great place under the lights and people are getting used to it. Look, some people will never like it. So it's Marmite.
Never.
So, yeah, exactly. So,
No, me as well.
so you're never going to like
not
it. John's
Marmite.
never going to like it. But do you know what? I accept
Brady
it for
out.
what it is.
It's not
And-
Marmite. If Marmite
And
would have
some
turned
people
to
enjoy it. And the new
something else,
generation,
then it
my
would be
son,
like that.
my son knows no different. So,
Right.
It splits the fan base, and do you know what? In the end, everybody remembers the bowling ground, Upton Park, whatever you want to call it, will be dead, and they will only know the London Stadium. So, it's very subjective.
Yeah, you made that very subjective.
Talking
There's
of
been
it,
a social genocide of the fan base in the
Yeah.
move.
All right, yeah, we've heard it all
Yeah.
before. Just an update
And
for
it's
Dodsey.
done
Just an update for Dodsey.
to
Dodsey's been asking. Yeah, be
Get
quiet.
rid-
Be quiet,
of the-
Nigel. Your signal is shit in Devon. So Dodsey's been asking why the wall next to him has been blank, and I've been talking to Jake Keefe, who's the customer services manager, and he said it wasn't a deliberate thing, but in that area, the London Stadium need to use special fittings and need to put them up themselves. He has promised the next home game, Dodsey, just for you, Dodsey, the flags are coming back to the Brady Wall. There you go. You heard it. Another exclusive on More Than Just a Podcast.
Richard, Dodgy continues. Would any of you go in the Big Brother house? And if yes, how long do you think you would last? No, well, obviously
Sean would
mine's a
definitely
no.
go in
All
there.
day
Sean
long.
would definitely
I
be
would-
in there.
Yeah.
Dream of it.
Yeah.
That's a
Sean
no.
would-
It's a
Dodgy
big no
going
from
it.
me.
He likes attention, doesn't he?
Yeah, Dodgy would
Loves
love it.
Yeah. And last, why are people lethargic about Brady out, 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 out?
Well, we're
Huh?
not.
That's your cue. That's your cue.
Not for
John?
me.
Brady out.
Thank you, John. Anyway,
I'm not lethargic. Brady's out.
carry on.
Nice.
Is Nigel still there?
He is, but his signal is very,
Alright,
very
well-
poor. So
Someone else will have to pick this up then. Next up, David Jones. No? No one can do a David Bowie impression?
I don't know how does it go. If you tell us.
Even all, the ref on Sunday went to the Clive Thomas School of the referees. Do you think West Ham should enjoy some of the gamesmanship that other teams do to gain free kicks, etc., or do we stay true to ourselves or not come down to their standards? Brady out.
Brady out.
And I think we started to do that, and I'm not sure I like it.
Pacatar is in.
Yeah, he's getting on my nerves a
He's
little
well
bit.
in it.
And Antonio goes down a bit easy.
Yeah.
He's never looks convincing.
I don't mind it. Part of the game these days, isn't it?
It is, but I don't think we're very good at it. Anywho,
You-
on to Grant Coxford, the Boychester Hammer. Evening, chaps. What's the best food you've eaten at a football match? And what's the worst? Brady out, Sullivan out, fake news out.
Brady out.
Double pie mash. I'll tell you what, that was really good.
There you go.
That's the best food I've had at football.
Do you know what I'm going to say, right? And this is controversial. I quite like the pies at the London Stadium when he used to have them. I didn't think they were too bad. So that
Controversial.
I don't eat a lot at a football match, so it's a very I ain't got a lot of basis for comparison. But the worst I've had,
That's not the question.
no, he said, and what's the worst?
Oh.
The worst I've had, I can't remember the worst. I can't remember the
I
pies.
had some chicken at the London Stadium.
Oh.
That was definitely the worst.
Yeah, that would be.
I
Shawnee,
I like the salt beef bagels.
I'm not sure what type of chicken it was.
Hilarious. Yeah, so I like the salt beef bagels out there if we're talking London Stadium. But actually, John and I have often gone to corporate in Chelsea.
I knew you were
to
going to
watch the
say
West
that.
Ham
I
game,
knew you were
and the
going to say
food is proper pucker in Canalettos.
oh my god,
Really nice food. Isn't it, John?
Fucking hell.
It is nice food, Sean. Yeah.
Right,
I
you
haven't
teed
been
him
for
up
about
for
3
this.
years though. So
Oh, maybe it's your
that. Yeah,
turn to
pull your
come
finger out,
soon.
Sean.
And the worst food. Oh yeah, those chicken burgers and beef burgers in the London Stadium are pretty rank.
I had a chicken burger in the London Stadium when we started there.
Yeah,
it was horrible,
It's
wasn't
the
it?
worst
They're
thing I've
pretty
ever
rank.
had.
Yeah, I
I haven't
agree.
eaten
I'm-
anything
I'm-
ever since.
I'm with Nigel.
Bet,
I don't think they're
bet.
chicken.
I bet those beef burgers, those beef burgers are so bad, I bet vegans could eat them.
Yeah, I don't think there's
I
any
think
meat
they're
in
that
them.
bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, move on.
Anyway,
It's probably no beef.
How about did George answer?
George don't even fucking get on the podcast. They don't get the football.
Yeah, but he's been to football games in the past.
I've been to a lot of
He
football
can't-
games in
his
the past.
memory don't go
Football.
that far back.
Do you know what? I'm actually with Sean on this. That salt beef bagel was not anything like I've had at a football ground before, and that's probably up there.
But they don't do it now, do they?
They don't. No.
What's the reason they just can't?
Well, they just
keep up the
moved
rent?
it to pie mash.
Wee.
So yeah. It's
Where's
too
that?
good
Is that in the
quality. It
fan
let
zone?
everyone.
I'm going to get pie mash when
Yeah,
I can't.
it let everyone else down. Oh, talking of that, you know what I did? I hope you did this, Nigel. I forgot to buy the tickets for.
No, I did it.
Oh, forgot to buy the tickets for Arsenal, and now the ticket's not available. I can't even buy a ticket now because it's in the displacement for John's lot. So John can buy a ticket. I can't buy a ticket at the moment.
What date is
I've
that?
got a ticket.
First of
Can ring
November.
up and do it over the phone, you dipstick.
Oh,
Dad, are
okay.
you going to that?
I don't know. I'm going to. What's that game you give me a ticket for? now?
Olympiacos.
I'm going to that. Do you want to come to that,
What
George?
date's that?
I got 2 tickets for Olympiacos, Georgie Porgy.
Yeah, no, you've given them to. You offered them to John and George, though. Did you not remember?
Did I? Have they
Yeah.
took them then?
Yeah, they did.
All right, they can have them.
Yeah,
Why can't you go to Olympiacos, Sean? Nigel? Why can't you go to
behind a
Olympiacos?
tractor.
Well, when I say have, I mean they cost me 20 quid.
9th of November, by the way. Thursday, 9th of November, 8 p.m. is Olympiacos. Make it a date, George. And
Yeah,
the
count me in.
Arsenal game is Wednesday, the 1st of November.
Yeah, I quite think I'll do that one. I'll do Olympia.
Is the Olympiacos game sold out now?
No. No, it's not. Might
And
be.
how much are tickets?
15 quid. For the cheap seats.
No, can't be.
Well, how much are they?
Well, they charged us 20 quid a game.
Alright. Oh, yeah. You're right. 35 quid a ticket. On sale now. 35 quid a ticket.
Yeah,
I was thinking of the Arsenal game.
yeah, that's it.
Got that for
Arsenal
£10.
game, I paid a tenner.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have done. Well, I'd have paid 15 quid if I remembered. I'll go. I'm sure I'll be able
Well, if
to
I
do
don't go, you can have my ticket, Sean.
it. Okay.
Right, up
You'll have
next.
asthma attack climbing those stairs. You're having a laugh.
That's what
aren't
I'm, you know.
Well, I won't. I'll go up there. I'll just sit downstairs. Oh, don't you start. You bought my
Me?
son a beer on Sunday, John.
What are you going on about me
It
for?
wasn't John. It was
Oh,
me.
was it? Was it? Sorry.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
sorry,
This
sorry,
web-
John. Drop you under the
podcast
bus
is
and
a
I'm
shambles.
shooting.
Unbelievable.
I know, that's shocking. I'll edit it out, don't worry.
Anyway, next up, Chrissy Mills, Super Chrissy Mills. Evening, gents. Another excellent result, and really starting to believe this team is pretty special. And maybe, open brackets, just maybe, close brackets, some stadium improvements away from the GSB promises, almost getting there. As you know, I protested every game in lockdown against them, so it's a big statement. Unfortunately, their idea of stadium improvements is not 2 new stands close to the pitch, but a beer garden behind the goals. For fuck's sake, haha. In light of this, what should they introduce to the Bobby Moore Lower Beer Fest? I want a hog roast, barbecue, and patio heaters in the winter. What do you want? Brady out.
Hot
Already
tub.
out.
Hot tub.
You want a hot tub in
That's
the
what they do
stadium?
on the NFL. And NFL, they have a hot tub where you look over the game. Talking of that, Miriam, notice you weren't at the game again. Watching NFL, prioritising the NFL instead of going to West Ham. Stop giving me grief. You know you are.
I think I'd like
Just said his name.
Yeah, I know.
maybe dwarf football. Skewer the dwarves on like
You can't say that. I don't think that's,
midget then.
that's
Little
so,
people
Midget.
football.
that's
Yeah.
so heightist. You can't say that anymore.
you? Just 'cause-
I can't.
to be fair, you're not far off in making that, Sean.
They've outlawed dwarf tossing now, you know? They used to do that thing.
The dwarfs used to like that. Used to earn a few quid.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but nothing. The dwarves are up in arms. You can't.
Well, not
dwarves
that high.
can't not even fucking. They're not even getting in Disney's Seven Dwarfs now. They're not
oh,
even
here we
fucking
go.
dwarves.
We're going to
It's
lose
not
some
fucking
listeners
good for
tonight. I
dwarves.
just know we are.
I'm allowed to say dwarves, aren't I?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think dwarves are the finest
Skewering
midget.
them on sticks, to
Because
be honest.
You can't say midget because Master Sparks don't call midget gems anymore.
What do they call them then? Vertically challenged gems.
I don't know what they're called. I can't remember.
Anyway, should we have the next question?
Well, yeah, I suppose
I think
so.
that's a good idea.
Don Roberts. Hello, Don. Good customers, Don. Evening, gents. Now that we are record breakers with our unbeaten run of 17 games, what number do you think we will get before we finally lose?
19.
Oh, oh, yeah, because we could get 2 more, and we could qualify, and we could rest players.
22.
You just worked that out, haven't you?
I think we'll go through the group stage unbeaten.
So what you're saying is we're going to lose a leg in the knockout.
Yeah, but we can still go through. We might lose away 1-0 and win at home 2-0.
Who do we fear though? No one.
Well, we don't know because you've got the Champions League boys to drop in once we go through.
Oh yeah. We don't fear anyone. This time next year, we'll be in Champions League.
Yeah. All right. Phil boy.
Right, we got a new question here.
Go on.
You ready for a Delta Tyco named Nigel?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Jack Mitchell.
Ooh. Well, we could call him Frank, the Mad Axeman. Obviously, he was a Mad Axeman who was sprung from Broadmoor.
Right. No, I was thinking one of the Mitchell brothers would be a bit more.
Well, we've already got a Grant, haven't we? So, have we got a Phil? Phil Mitchell?
We're going to call him Phil.
What about Billy? Billy Mitchell.
Alright. Oh, we call him Billy. Alright, we take Billy. Billy says, evening
Billy.
chaps, or should I say, hey up lads. Another Yorkshire Hammer here. Long time listener, first time question. I normally come down to home games on trains, but the odd time I've drove down I parked in Westfields, which is a nightmare. Just wondered if you had any parking recommendations. I sit in the West Stand, so preferably Bow, Hackney, Wick area. Brady out. So, have you noticed this is suddenly Nigel's gone quiet?
Yeah, because I'm thinking, I keep telling people where to park and I can't fucking park there. So, and I parked somewhere different this week and I quite
It's going to be
liked it.
different Sundays, isn't it?
Well, I parked was good because I parked away from the ground and jumped the DLR. And getting there was easy. And I parked for free. And getting back to my car was easy. So, and if it's a Saturday game, it's right near a pie mash shop. So I do know where to park, thanks Bill Mitchell.
That's nice.
Good
He
luck
gave us
finding
a
that
Brady out. We need a bit of solidarity.
Tell him to DM you, and you'll send him.
If you know how to message me, Bill, send me a message. If you don't, I will, never mind.
It sounds like Billy's got a car that doesn't have to pay the ULEZ fee.
Yeah. Well, he can message the Facebook. I think he can send a message via the Facebook page, and I'll answer it there.
Well, next question. It's an old favourite, Stuart Dingerling. And he starts with Brady out, slag again. He likes that one.
Slag.
Oh, excuse me. Are we far too sporting at times collectively as a team? Should we be going down for free kicks as softly as the opposition do, especially the so-called big teams? Or is this preferential treatment only reserved for them? Reason is, I ask, is for the shove in Agued's back for their goal yesterday. I've seen it mentioned on Twitter that maybe he should have hit the deck screaming. That way we might have actually had a VAR check for once. Even if I doubt it, they would have gone our way. Oh, and Peter Blake's is a James Blunt.
Yes.
Should he gone down a bit? I probably think he should.
There was no push on him anyway.
It was. I watched it again today. There was.
Nah, it weren't a foul.
No, but if you put two hands on the back, it's a foul. That's what I've been seeing all season.
And if he'd have gone down, it would have been a foul.
It took
I
him
think
away
we're
from
better
the
than that.
line of the ball.
Well,
we're better than it.
I think we are, but you know. Right, next is Tom Devlin.
Do this.
Hi guys, bit frustrated after the match with the events of it, but I would have taken a point beforehand. This is not a negative about Moyes, just asking a question for debate. Do you think the talent available now, with arguably the most talented squad we've had for a long time, this conceding possession counter-attack tactic is holding back the real potential of our players? For the record, I've only really been happy with how things have gone so far this season. Oh, for the record, he's been really happy with how things have gone this season. But what Tom's asking is, do you think we'll get more out of players playing a bit more attacking?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
George, do you think so?
I do. I hope so.
Sean, are you still there?
I'm still here. Sorry of that noise earlier. Someone thought it was funny, my youngest, to use the Alexa thing to send some kind of walkie-talkie noise while I was on the podcast. So that was them going, hello, hello. Yeah, really hilarious.
Right.
What was the question?
Do you think Moyes will get more out of the players if he
Yeah.
plays a bit more attacking?
I think he is
Considering who we
playing.
got.
I think he is playing attacking, isn't he? He is playing more attacking football this season.
I think I've probably got the biggest win rate out of a certain amount of managers as well. So I think if you're putting it that way, that's what I do. I win, and I'm coming here to West Ham initially.
There you go. That's from the man himself.
Anyway,
Riveting.
Yeah.
I think we're playing more attacking than we are last season, but last season it weren't great, so he could only play realistic. He couldn't go more defensive than last season, could he?
no.
Could he? So actually, he could only play more attacking. So we are. So I'm happy.
Right. Next up, Ben Eshelford. Ben Eshelford. Hi lads. Long time listener, sometimes poster. I think he posted last week, didn't he? Anyway, what do you think the reaction to Declan when we play him against him this year, especially at home? I myself wouldn't clap or boo, but I'm intrigued to see what the others would do. And of course, Brady out.
Brady out.
But yeah.
Well, I'm like Ben. I wouldn't applaud or boo. I'm just sick of him. I just think he's a bit of a poster boy, and it's just, still a
Well, you
great
take
player.
it
Don't get me
personally,
wrong, but no, I have taken it personally.
Yeah.
But I just do. I just had nothing.
I will give him a warm welcome, and hope he loses. And then when he
Well,
walks
you're going to
off the
applaud
pitch,
him?
Yeah, I would.
What's that?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Right, this applauding thing. I suppose it's going to be like when he's introduced, like when we're not even in the ground, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. And when he's on the pitch, I'll applaud him when he's
I
We'll never
wonder.
know.
on the pitch. I'll give him a welcome return. He captained us to a trophy. Player of the year. He did a lot for us. He did a lot for us. So, yeah, give him a warm welcome and give him all the stick he deserves when he's playing the game.
I wonder if Martin, the announcer, has been given a directive of how to introduce Declan Rice, or he's off his own back. And if so, has he had any idea of what he's going to do? We should ask him, really.
Could ask him.
We could ask him. So, Shawnee Warney,
Yeah.
you gonna clap or boo or what?
I'll never boo.
Are you gonna clap then?
Well, do I have to?
No. You can be like Ben.
Can I just get
Or
my
me.
phone and film it like I do, and for content, and put it on X?
Yeah, we thoroughly expect that.
Yeah.
So,
On it.
John, if you're there,
I wouldn't boo him.
you won't clap him either.
I'm not sure I'd clap him
Do you know,
either.
I'm
Just-
thoroughly over him, really. It's just
Yeah.
that.
Anywho, don't really give him any
I,
thought.
what is this? The Arsenal match you're talking about? The cup
Yeah.
match?
Unless
Yeah,
he
he
joins
probably
someone else
Give-
Do you
give
think
you a
he'll
little-
start? I
it
doubt
won't
if he'll
put
start.
past
I'll
him.
give you a little bit of inside information that I'm not supposed to tell anyone. He's
Go
being
on.
rested. He'd be on the bench.
Yeah, so I doubt he
Well,
started.
well,
not
no, he
starting.
just said this year. So
this year,
it could
okay.
be
At some
the,
point,
you
I'll
know,
boo
the
yeah,
him.
league.
wouldn't he?
I'll boo him. Boo.
Well, you won't go. I mean, it's a
Yeah, I'll
surprise
boo
you
him from
turned
my
up to this
sofa. To be
podcast.
honest, boo him from my sofa. Boo.
Oh, boo, boo. Nah, give him a break.
Next up, Ed Hughes. John?
Ed
No?
Hughes.
Ed Hughes.
Right. Is that Mr. Squirrel?
How long will Kudus remain happy playing as substitute as Moyes works through the rest of his 11-month plan to integrate him into the first team? And just for Len, Brady out.
Brady out.
How long's Kudus going to be happy for?
Till next season when he's been told that he will have Paquetá's place when he goes in the summer.
Anyone else got an opinion? I mean, this is called question time. Traditionally, you should answer the question that the listeners put in.
Sorry, I was just doing something else. What was the
think
question?
Shawnee's as well,
How
really.
long does it? How long will he be happy?
Yeah.
I think a bit beyond Christmas, if he's still playing that bit part role that he's playing, he'll probably start getting the ump, I reckon. After the
Still
World
got to
Cup of
prove
Nations.
himself. I'm sure he will. If he keeps on doing what he does, I'm sure he will start. It's just who's going to drop. I mean, we're going to get an injury. Come on, as it gets closer to Christmas.
Well, Antonio will get injured.
Well,
won't he?
Antonio is injured.
Is this Kudus?
Kudus,
Yeah.
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 I'd like to point out. Sorry,
Keep him in the
Nigel, go
cup
on.
team. Sorry, just keep him in the cup team and bring him in. I think bring him in. I did say January last night on Claret and Booze, if you want to check it out, people. But then I was rightly pointed out he's going to be at the African Cup of Nations in January.
That's true.
He is actually.
That's true.
So perhaps when he comes back, we can get him in the first team permanently.
I'd also like to point out, as I mentioned on the podcast last week, he actually, yesterday, he replaced Souček, and he was played deeper. And another point is, he came on with Ben Rama, and not once was he played at a more advanced position than Ben Rama. In fact, when he hit his goal, 5 players were ahead of him, in front of him. So he is excelling at that deeper position, like I said, against Newcastle, like I said. How about that? Is anyone still here listening?
Yeah, we're
yeah.
listening.
I'm still listening. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're listening, still listening, Nigel, because we need another Delta Taikai name. The news lists are called, a new questionnaire called Ryan Doyle. Now I'm thinking the professionals as in Bodie and Doyle. So what are you thinking? Ryan
My first
Doyle.
was Doily.
Doily Cart,
Like the
which
Doily
is
thing.
rhyming slang for fart. But his name's Doyle.
All right. Yeah. Well,
But it
Bodie
might be
then.
Doily. No, I think it's Doyle.
So Bodie then, isn't it?
I'll go with Bodie then.
Yeah.
Listener for a while, first time asking a question. Why does Moyes put Paqueta up top when Kudus plays? I did say he has a lot of players in front of him. Waste
Didn't
up there.
Kudus
And I
play
hate...
up front against Germany, against Freiburg, just out of curiosity. That's the way I saw it.
You thought he did you, against Freiburg?
Yeah, I thought him and
Let me ask the question again. Right.
Bowen
With
was
a
sort
bit.
of like dovetailing.
Keep on cutting out, Nige.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's an
sorry, I said
improvement.
he was playing with Bowen. I thought as a front two.
If you say so.
Oh,
Right, anyway. Surely Bowen or Kudus himself would be better served up front. Sean's side piece out.
Who's my side piece?
Suppose he means Brady.
Oh.
You should be so lucky, eh, Sean?
Yeah.
Tara out.
Don't you start on Tara.
He can if he wants. Next up, Paul Sanders. Even no question. Would you replace Antonio with Kudus? I would. Come on, your hands, Brady out.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
What you replace Antonio with Kudus?
Out of all
so-
the people to give Kudus...
No, I wouldn't.
his place, I think he's the most palatable. You're not going to replace Bowen. You're not going to replace Paquetá. You're not going to replace Alvarez. I think it's unfair to replace Souček in his form, scoring goals and doing assists. So Antonio is the obvious choice. So my answer is yes.
Why is he the fucking obvious choice? Right? Why? I've just gave a good reasoning of why he played well deep, Caduce.
Yeah.
Right? But why would you do the same thing that we done with the other two strikers that have failed, sulked off and gone? Why would you do that with Caduce?
Because I know better than you.
No, but you tell me one fucking striker that's worked under Moyes then.
What's his name? The one who went off to China. Arnautovic. That's
But he weren't a striker. This is the whole point.
Antonio.
So why would you do
when
that
he
with
turned
Caduce?
him into a midfielder?
For what it's worth, right? From what I've seen for Caduce, I think you'll be great anywhere on the pitch, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But let me give you a scenario, right? Let's say City come in for Paquetá in January. They give us a good price, right? And I forgot what I was going to ask. Would you just replace it there? Would you make him his replacement, or do you want to label him up as a striker and then buy someone else and him not be happy?
No, he's not a striker.
I don't think he's a striker.
I bet he'll get you 12, 14 goals. I bet
if you put him up there, he'd be good, but I don't think you should.
No. His ability to run with the ball, he's probably better than Bowen. I mean, Bowen's our best dribbler or run person to run with the ball, and I think he's better than Bowen, from what I've seen.
Do you expect him to be better than Antonio up front as well? I possibly would, but I don't think that's the best.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a good enough reason.
No, I don't think that's the best use of him.
No. Right. Next question, Paul Sanders. No, I've just asked that question. Next question might be my favourite question of the night. It's from Gary Armour. How shit are the refs at the minute? Which is a question. Brady out. How great is that? So how shit are the refs at the minute?
Really shit. Proper shit. And I'm not a ref basher, but
no, you're not.
I think they have a tough job to do. But I don't think they're making it any easier. I think the whole PGMOL setup needs overhauling, and they've become too reliant on VAR. So now they are cowards to make a decision, and scrap VAR. Sign the petition, people. 30,000 people had. Sign a petition, scrap VAR. Get back, the referees make a decision, let them live and die by it.
You can't say die by it, that's hate speech now.
That was it. Oh, fuck them.
Yeah. Anyway, next question. Fennis Fenton. Hello guys, a question. Will Moyes play Caduce soon and drop Antonio? Space to answer.
I'll refer you to the answer I gave earlier.
Yeah.
If so, I believe we will have a dynamic front three, good midfield, and a solid back five. Ant Dog can come on in the 72nd minute with Pablo. It's not a bad shout. I can't see why Antonio shouldn't be the impact sub, and I like an impact sub. Come on, you irons. Brady out, Nigel in.
There you go.
Brady out.
He's in the traffic jam.
Yeah.
Next up, everyone's mate, Paul Turner.
Oh.
Yeah, you like this.
Aye.
Aye.
Shawnee Moy.
Go on then.
With the high arrest rate at Stratford, should the club be encouraging fans to get to Stratford early to get cheaper booze? Also, is this not unethical at a sporting arena? I'll leave that one to you, Sean. I personally, Paul, they don't serve it quick enough to get pissed anyway, mate. But over to you, Sean.
What was his question? Do they...
With the high arrest rate that you've been
89,
content at Stratford, should the club be encouraging fans to get to Stratford early to get cheaper
Well, they do,
booze?
don't they?
But should the club be encouraging
Should the club do that, Sean? Is it right that what he's saying
Is it ethical?
is it right that the club encourage people to get there early and drink for cheaper, considering that we've got the highest arrest rate? He's linking,
Well, that's
obviously.
not where. Yeah, but it's not where the trouble happens, and you know it. I mean,
That's what I told him.
yeah.
So I've had discussion with him already today.
Yeah,
so.
it's you know, there's no fighting on the concourses. It happens. Look, most of you look at the rate, and if you just spend the time, I know John took the piss out of me for publishing it, but if you look at the things, most of them are hate crime, right? So the guy who got pulled out in front of me in section 112 the other day, it was making monkey chants at the away fans, and he got arrested for that, right? And people do Hitler signs, and there's a lot of hate crime. A lot of people, actually, and I'm sure you know this, for the first time, the arrest rates include drugs. So a lot of people, I'm not saying it's just West Ham, go on the sniff. There's a lot of Class A drugs and Class B drugs. And when you look at most of these arrests, hate crime and drugs account for a lot of them. And the actual ones for assault are very few. And when you go down to the banning orders and the actual people charged, it's even fewer. So don't just believe the headline figure of 89. Spend your time looking at the spreadsheet like John took the mick out of me. Spend time looking at the details. Don't believe the headline.
Yeah.
Well,
Says
don't
the man
take
who
any
phoned me up
interest
and
in
said,
it
get
at
rid
all.
of your
Just get on
fucking...
with it.
Paul, next time we talk, right, we'll have a little chat. I'll go through the whole spreadsheet with you. We'll do a little
think he's
pivot.
that bothered, Sean,
We'll do a
to be
pivot
fair.
table and we'll look at the analysis.
Next up, Johnny Pope. Is it time for Antonio to be a benchwarmer from now on, seeing as, in John's opinion, Kudos did more in 15 minutes than Antonio did in 75?
True that.
Brady out.
Brady out.
Pretty out.
I mean, that could work. Not put Caduce up front. Maybe put Bowen up front, play Caduce out wide.
I think that's where he'd go. I think he'd end
Yeah.
up putting Bowen up front because Antonio, since he signed his contract, hasn't looked half the player than he did for
I
the
don't
first
think it's
two
a
games.
bad thing to have a glut of talent, you know, that they can't get on. Right, Daniel Bibby. I don't know if Daniel Bibby's a new...
Beep beep.
No, Daniel Bibby.
Beep beep.
Right, anyway, he's got a message for Nigel. Nigel, stick to this podcast as Claret and Booze just brings you down to their level.
That's a bit hard, Daniel. I enjoy it, being on Claret and Booze. If you've watched, you know, I don't, you know, I'm not swayed by the Moyes Out brigade that inhabit their chat. You know, because it's a small amount that really take part in the chat. When you look at the views, they'll get 4,000 or 5,000 views on YouTube and have like 100 people in the chat who either like me, love me, or think I'm some barking mad idiot because I don't mind David Moyes, but Nick sticks up for me, so it's all good there.
I could see, right, Nigel, I've been looking at the comments. I can see, you know, they made death threats, right? I've had death threats, right? I can see them doing the whole cancer thing wrong, etc. But it's unforgivable. The real insult is when they compare him to myself and Huey, and one person said, you're just as bad as Sean and Huey. They crossed the line there, come on.
Yeah, he's not that bad.
He's not that bad.
Anyway,
he still do anything for clicks, though.
Daniel Bibby hasn't finished.
Oh,
All
okay. Hurry up.
Can I just point out, I'm not leaving Claret more than just a podcast. I'm not
No.
Claret and you then. I'm not leaving more than just a podcast. Once I've finished my work, well, I'm on it tonight. Even though they've shut the fucking road that I'm driving onto Plymouth, so I don't know where I am. I'm in the middle of Devon now.
You still behind the tractor?
No, the tractor's long gone.
Is there any chance of us going big for a striker in January? Or do we think it will be used in the summer when we have the Paqueta money to use? Whilst on Paqueta, is there any chance of renegotiating his contract to get rid of that clause? Brady out, matchday food options out.
Brady out.
No, he's going to go for 85.
Do you think...
Well, I say that, but you know, we talked about the whole FA inquiry. The last one took 18 months. There's a very good chance he will not be cleared by next summer. And if that's the case, it could drag on for another season, yeah.
Any
I
chance we get a striker?
Yeah, I think in Tim
Not in
Steidem
January.
we not in January. In Tim Steidem we trust for next summer. Maybe a loan.
Did we do all the money that we had?
No.
No. So they did
But
keep a bit back for
17 million. But do you know what? Like, I think you said this. I'm going to repeat you. I'm going to agree with you. Just because we got the money there doesn't mean we got to spend it, right?
No,
No.
that's true. Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, we didn't spend 17 million.
No.
Well, that's not how clubs work. If you don't,
No.
if you strengthen your squad, which we did, you don't have to spend all the money you got. You can save it and spend it at another transfer window.
Yeah.
It's just the mentality is, oh well, I can't believe. Do you remember everybody saying that's ridiculous, Sean, that they're not going to put any money in? I said, well, they'll only be able to spend what they, the outgoings. And it turned out, actually, they made a £17 million profit. But it was going, well, that's ridiculous because they always have to put a £40 million budget in. No, they don't. They overspent last summer.
I'm always impressed that following Can You Hurry Up, you spend a fucking hour
sorry.
getting behind that little cunt. Who, by the way, with that 17 million, will probably
shut
put in a
up.
fucking
Here
offer
we
for
go.
Ivan Tony.
Here
knowing
we
him.
go. Len's
Anyway.
lost the plot.
Right. Can't help but think. Right, next up, James Diver, Muff. Evening, gentlemen. Long time no speak. Been loving the pod as
Honestly,
always.
the soup bomb and it's really going downhill now.
Yeah, I know.
Can't help. Well, he does fucking. You do it, Sean.
I know,
Fuck's sake.
I know, because I keep on poking, and when I see a little twink that you're getting annoyed, I'll keep on poking you until you blow up.
Can't help but think Newcastle look bang average for the majority of the game, and without a helping hand from Peter Banks, I think we could have walked away from that game with all 3 points.
Agree.
Looking at social media after the match, I saw a number of delusional Newcastle fans upset with the draw as they thought the ref gave every decision in our favour. I'm not sure what I missed other than the ref definitely taking a couple of swigs of brown ale at half time. What team in the Premier League do you think has the most delusional fans and why? And of course, Brady out.
Brady out.
So who's got the most delusional fans?
Spurs.
We got a few.
We have actually.
Spurs. I like the fact they're top of the league because you'll see it for a little while. They'll be up there.
They're being rapidly caught up by Arsenal fans, I must admit.
Yeah, they've shown themselves a whole different sort of world of things since the Rice move.
What with the Gashburton army. And, Arsenal or Spurs. North London, basically.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's Spurs. It's not Arsenal. I don't think. I know a few Arsenal fans, and they're pretty humble. Man United fans have come down to earth. Yeah, it's got to be Spurs.
Right. Sent by divine intervention to me, Father Chrissy Kinch. Do you get tired of all the negativity on social media?
No.
No.
Don't think I do.
Yes.
No.
You do you, Nige? Is that because you're on Claret Booze, or?
Yeah, I do.
I don't see a lot. Really.
I tell you what, your road noise. Are you
Oh.
on a big road now? Because your road noise is getting a lot louder. Have you?
Yeah, I'm
down
back
the
on the
window?
road.
You having a smoke
Sorry.
or something?
So,
I do see a generational.
No, that was back on to rejoin the main road.
Oh, okay.
I do see a generational split on social media.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I don't see too much negativity.
I must admit, I do wonder at times, like what we've become as a fan base.
I don't know.
I think it's the same in every football club now.
Yeah. Do you know Newcastle had a YouTube chat and it come up on my timeline and they were just going to discuss the West Ham game. So I popped on it on Twitter and there's a geezer sitting there with two birds. And these were the West Ham fans. I just looked at it and thought, and they spoke with like a nice posh accent. And I'm not knocking it, you know. Well, perhaps I am knocking it. I don't know. I just looked at it and thought, I don't know. Was this really? I've never thought West Ham. You know, the birds that always went West Ham were like rough and ready. You know, they were like East London girls. Smoke a fag, blow a bubble gum, shoot a bubble. Sometimes smoke a fag and blow a bubble gum bubble at the same time. Like the calibre, you know. And
well, I was on Talk TV with a guy from Newcastle. There was no way he'd got back from the game, and he was telling me, "Oh, you were lucky that Wilson didn't play." And I went, "Yes, he did." And then he backtracked and said, "Well, you know, he wasn't fit, so you know, it almost like he wasn't paid." You know, watch the game, man. You know, if you're going to come on an interview about a game, at least watch the game and know whether
Did
you're.
he talk with a Geordie accent?
He was a bit Geordie, yeah. Steve.
Did he talk with a Geordie accent?
He did.
Oh, he did. Oh, right. At least they got a genuine on, unlike the West Ham
Oh,
fans.
yeah.
Yeah.
Touche.
I mean, as a football fan, insults don't get bigger than that from fucking Sean, do they?
Yeah, no. Anyway.
Right, anyway, next up, Barry Meikle.
All right, I've got a question from David Holdsink when you were getting
we get there.
Yeah.
Right. Why didn't he put it in the question?
How many more we got? Yeah.
I don't know yet. Why didn't Dave put that in the Facebook question?
I don't think he does Facebook. He put it in a WhatsApp group.
He's not on Facebook.
Oh, right. That's good enough. Like anyway, Barry Meikle, evening all. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. There you go. Did you know anyone know it was Canadian Thanksgiving?
Nope.
What do you think is the reason for the difference between last year's and this year's start to the league season? Brady out. We'll be one more this year, and we
different tactics and no Declan Rice. Simple. Better squad, stronger squad.
Anyone else? George still about, or
no? He's gone. He had a problem. Then he went to get eat because he does need to eat.
Togetherness. I think the club was. I think the trophy win really brought the fans and the club more together.
All right. Okay. Anyway, everyone's favourite Thai fishing resort, Po Lodge. He's got a question. All right, everyone. We seem now to have players who want to entertain, and we are looking to get us off our feet, even if it doesn't always work. So is it a great dribble or a flick that changes play, or a fast passing move that really gets you up? Brady out.
Brady out. All of the above.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sean?
I'm not doing a Brady out. I did one earlier and I regretted it.
No, the question, Sean.
Oh.
I'll move on, Poe, because Sean's completely uninterested. Right. Next up, Lee Thomas Anderson. What did the panel, not sure it's too much of a panel tonight, Lee, just want to, get your expectancy down.
Yeah.
What do they think we can realistically achieve this season, including a little bit of help in the winter transfer window? Now you're really being unrealistic. Brady out.
Win Europa League and get to Champions League. Finish top 10 and a little cup run to semi-final.
I think we do well to finish top 10 and have a cup run to a semi-final in some cup.
Not win the Europa League.
No.
Champs of Europe. We know what we are.
We won't sing that next year. Win the FA Cup.
Wow.
I'm not sure that's realistic either, to be honest.
Well,
I think a semi-final somewhere. Semi-final somewhere in the top 10 finish, which would be good. I don't know. I find it difficult to predict the Europa League when the teams drop down from the Champions League. Plus, we've got Liverpool in the Europa League as well.
Yeah, we ain't going to win it. But if we can get to the quarter-final, semi-final, if we get the semi-final, that's a fantastic achievement. You never know. But it's a tough tournament to win. It is a tough tournament to win.
Okay, I think I've got one more question. So, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. I've got Spandau Ballet Roadie, Matthew Kemp. Evening, gents. Cracking performance from the team and looking good. I think the missing part is a striker, as it's too much for Antonio to play 90 minutes, and Ings isn't good enough, and Mobama may be too early for the Premier League. Who do you think is a realistic signing? Sean, don't say Bowen can play up front. We know that. Lol. No Brady out, Matthew. But anyway, who do you think we could buy?
I don't know. It's a difficult one on what striker. I mean, every striker we get a link to just doesn't. I mean, you've got to have experience in the Premier League, I guess. So excluding people like Haaland that are going to be out of reach. I don't know. Who would you want? Callum Wilson's past it. You want a young, up and coming. Let's have Isaac, the Newcastle guy.
All right. Maybe we get someone from Ajax.
Yeah, why not? Who's the top goal scorer in Ajax then?
I don't know anymore. I can't be.
Well, you're right.
Well,
You're probably
they're
right.
third from bottom of the table.
Yeah,
so
then-
I don't think
Well,
they're
yeah,
really
because we took their
scoring.
2 best players,
Yeah.
so might as well take their third best player and take their striker. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. It's got to be someone from Germany or someone who.
Well, yeah,
Tim,
we
we've
got to
never heard
leave
of.
these things to the man in the jet.
Exactly.
Anyway, my last question.
Yeah, go on.
Right, from Super Scotty Crossland. Good question this. Evening then. Questions and questions only, eh? Which is technically a question. What conspiracy theory do you think has a ring of truth to it? Brady the fuck out.
Brady out.
So what conspiracy theory do you think has a ring of truth to it?
That COVID was exaggerated to help Big Pharma make billions and
I
billions.
think this might be kind of West Ham related.
Oh, right. I don't know any conspiracy theory. Well, my favourite conspiracy theory is that there's nuclear waste buried under Rush Green in the golf course next door, and that's why we had so many injuries in the past. I kid you not. Someone messaged me all about nuclear waste buried in the golf course next to Rush Green.
Well,
Could be true.
Yeah, but there was. I don't know about nuclear waste. No, it was a waste ground. They built a golf course on
On the nuclear waste.
ground. Well, it was a dumping ground for all types of chemical waste and everything else.
And you
So-
do you think that has a ring of truth
No,
to it?
no, I don't.
No,
I can't
so-
think of. There's also another story that you can't dig down the London Stadium.
That is true.
No, hang on, because of nuclear waste buried there. But it's not. If
No,
you
it's
look at the
water
map,
table.
it's actually further away. They buried it outside in the park. They buried it outside the stadium, so the pitch is not contaminated with nuclear waste.
No,
No,
you can't dig down because of the water tables. James just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favourite, it's not favourite conspiracy theory, but one that has a ring of truth to it is the Qatarians buying the club. And I think that's got a ring of truth to it because of the shambles it is from the Stratford side. It just seems to be a little bit
I think
deliberately.
it's not a
white
conspiracy
labelled.
theory. I just think it's speculation. It's a
Well, I mean-
lazy journalism in my view.
I can give you the theory I don't believe.
Go on.
No.
The theory I don't believe is that Gold and Sullivan bought the club because they love the club.
Well, they certainly didn't know what they would have bought Birmingham, would they?
Did you not know when he was a child, he bunked in under the turnstiles? He was
Who,
born.
Sullivan?
No, David Gold. He
Yeah.
played for the West Ham Colts.
Yeah.
He
And
lived
then
at
he
442,
bought Birmingham.
and one day he came home and he caught his best friend in the swimming pool with his wife the day his dad nicked his shares.
If you could buy a football club, Sean,
Yeah.
would you buy the club that weren't your own?
Mm.
Like Birmingham City, for example.
Well, if I was a multi-million-pound businessman,
Yeah.
right, I would do stuff to make money, and if I saw value of buying Birmingham for 1 million and selling it for 88 million, I think that's a bloody good deal. and it almost paid then to
Thanks
invest
for
in West
asking
Ham.
the question that we didn't ask.
I know, but
What would
you
you
asked the
do?
wrong question.
What would you do if you had the money? Would you buy a club that wasn't yours? What
It
would
wasn't,
you
but
do?
West Ham wasn't available. Remember, I don't know if you know, but they owned 20%
We do
before.
Yeah, we do know that.
No, you don't. You just think you know.
No, we do know
No,
that.
we do know
but
that.
we didn't. You don't. You're not strengthening your case. That makes it even more unbelievable they bought a different club. You're trying to tell me
But
we
remember,
take our
Sean,
money out of there and we buy a different club, and you want us to pat them on the back?
I'm not playing your game, right? I'm not. I'm not.
What,
gonna
like
say what you
telling
want.
the truth? That's the game, is it?
Anyway,
Right.
David
Go and
Holtzman,
ask Dave,
question.
because let's be fair to Dave.
Question for the
He's
podcast
in
from
bad
David
form.
Holdsink. He's
Right.
coming, by the way, next month over to the UK to Blighty. It feels inevitable that Antonio will or should become a super sub, with Bowen making more central role and Kudos starting on the right. Antonio at times is at a disadvantage due to his lack of ball control skills, but Moyes is stubborn. This is the question. Do you
Right.
think it will happen? And if so, how long do you think Moyes will wait to make this change? Of not starting
Say,
Antonio and just making him a super stub.
after the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, he's got a point, and when you think about it, that's in January, though, right?
Yeah, so February. So
Yeah.
I think he'll.
Oh,
Or maybe once the cups are finished. So early February, the UEFA Cup group stage finishes. So then maybe then, and the League Cup will probably, hopefully, will still be in it, but it may not be. And the FA Cup don't start till January, but it'll be FA. So either mid-December or February.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's
And
all the
Dave-
time. Go on.
If you're listening, Dave, give me a tinkle, son. I'll sort your wine problem out. There you go.
We're going for dinner. You coming for dinner when Dave's over?
Depends what the dinner is.
Oh, it'll be swanky. Anyway, let's do predictions.
If
I
it's
know
with you, it'd be more wanky.
predictions. We're
how about
playing.
you, John? You up for dinner or?
I get it. It's a
No?
select thing that is, mate.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So predictions. Aston Villa away. John.
3-1 loss.
Ooh, Len.
I think Moyes will work well against Villa, to be honest. 2-1 win.
I'll go 1-0 win. Nigel.
Villa, I'm going to go for. Do you know what? Away at Villa, I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay. I've been Sean. Nigel has been indicating. John has been.
Hanging on in here.
Len has been.
Part of an awful podcast tonight.
Come on, you Irons.
Bobby Moore, more than just a podcast. Bobby Moore, more than just a podcast.